What is up, guys? RoLeXx here, bringing you a tutorial on how to get text, 3D text obviously, onto real life images and make it look really realistic and as if it is on this image. So let's get started straight away on the render settings. And I like to do the render settings first because then I get a good look on how it's going to finalize when I do a simple render out like that. So if we go into render settings and go to output, I'm going to do a 1366 by a 768. This is because this is my desktop background and I do like making my 3D stuff and putting it on my desktop background. And we want to change our film aspect to 1.6. We want to change our frame range from 1 to 1. And everything else we can touch alone, leave alone. And if we go on to save and save it wherever we want, I'm going to name it as a road tutorial. And we want to save it as a JPEG image and put the JPEG quality up to 100%. And we want to leave everything alone on there. So, yeah, we want to leave everything alone. So we want to get our image onto our background in Cinema 4D, and to do this we go on to the little light and click on background, and then we go to a new texture and we go to color and put texture on a load image, and you want to get a picture of a road obviously, or anything you want. I'm going to use a road. I'll put a link to the description, link of the picture in the description, and then you can use this one. So if we open this up and press yes, and when it's loaded up we want to leave it alone and we want to drag it onto our background layer like so. And as you can see here, we have a picture in Cinema 4D. So we want to get on to making our text, and to do this we just go on to MoGraph, text object, and write in whatever we want. I'm going to do RoLeXxGFX, no, not GHF, GFX, and I'm going to line this up in the center, bring it down a bit, and change the font. So I'm going to change it to hang on. What will that look like? If we bring the spacing out of it. Yeah, that one will do. And so we want to drag this one down, and I preferably prefer the center. So if we drag it down into the center, like so, and I'm going to drag it back a bit. And I'm also going to rotate it back a slight touch. Like so. And to get the shadows, we obviously want to put in a plane. So if we do so like that and drag it underneath our RoLeXxGFX text or whatever your text is, and if I can grab hold of the blue axis, we want to drag it back a bit. I'm going to rotate a slight bit. Right, so if we drag it back a bit like so, and we want to increase the size a bit like so, and we want to realign this like so. And if we render out now, we have a black box, or the plane is on our image. And to get rid of this, we have to right click on plane, go onto Cinema 4D tags, compositing, and check on compositing background. And then we want to control click on the material on the background and drag it up to plane. And if I render out now, it should disappear, like so. And now we want to get onto our shadows on this, and I'm going to show you two ways how to do this. It all depends on the lighting, and if you see on this, our lighting is right, so I want to make my shadow go to the right, but sometimes it goes backwards, sometimes it goes forwards, and sometimes there's none at all, so we just want to generally do a underneath one. So first of all, I'm going to do a shadow going underneath my text. And to do this, we have to go on to our light and drag it backwards and then up a bit and drag it into the center. And if we go on to the light, if we click on light and change shadow to shadow maps soft and render it out, we should have a shadow. Yep, and as you can see, the text doesn't look like it is on the road at all. So this is just general trial and error if we drag it down a bit. But you have to make sure the plane is very directly underneath this text, otherwise it doesn't look realistic and doesn't work at all. So if I rotate it a slight bit more to make it look like it's on the road and render that out, hopefully this is right. Note we're still up a bit, so if we drag the text object up a slight bit and click render, there we go, it looks like it is on the text. The text looks like it's on the image now, so I'm going to realign this. No, I'm not. Let's leave that alone. Gonna have to render this out again because I've moved it around like an idiot. Yep, still looks okay. So this is one way of how to make shadows underneath, but there is another way, and to do this we delete our plane. Nope. We delete our light and we want to go back into our render settings, press Effect, Ambient Occlusion, and change maximum ray length to 140 and contrast to 31, like so. And hopefully that should make a different shadow. Hopefully. And this is going to take a long time to render, but if you guys do have any suggestions at all, please just give me an inbox or comment on this video and I will do your requests. And so this is finished rendering now, and we have our little shadows under here, and sometimes it looks good, and I've just done the text a bit too small, so I might play around with this text a bit and make it a bit larger and drag it into the center. And I'm going to render that one out, and hopefully this looks a lot better. Give me a second. There we go. And when this is finished rendering, you should see it a lot more easily. This is how I get my text onto background images. So I hope you guys enjoyed and benefit from this. This has been RoLeXxGFX. I'm out. Peace!